It has been 47 days since Chris last begged for money. It has been 282 days since Chris last uploaded pages to meet his paid obligations to the Sonichu comic. It has been 3,942 days since Chris last applied for a job. Welcome to the weekly Chris Chan update for the beginning of July. I actually skipped last week because absolutely nothing happened, but now there's like a week and a half worth of stuff, so we're going to be going over that. Chris is still Sonichu at the beginning of the month, so we have this person, Xeno Enthusiast, asking, "Hey Chris, do my aliens exist in C-197? And then we have some of his alien OCs. Chris says, yes, on another planet from Earth. Another one of Chris's followers says, seeing as you just responded as Chris, are you finally done pretending to be Sonichu? And now we have the return of Jacob Sockness. Sonichu, can you make a new thread about what you are doing to get you and Mama back to normal? It's complicated, and comments won't convey what you've told me. I had to get your body into C-197. We modified the plans to bring Magi-chan here. Everything's so complicated, but I think I get it. I will have Michiro test some portal spells. I have a lot to learn about before making the next attempt." So, yeah, apparently Jacob is involved in getting Chris back and forth between the dimensions, which is great, because it's so good that Jacob's back. That's just the best. Grain of Salt says, Christopher doesn't give a darn about freaking Michiro. Or two freaking Michiro. It doesn't matter. Jacob says, who is Christopher? So this is obviously supposed to be implying that Chris's name is Christine, and thus there is no such person known as Christopher. Chris responds to this, totally missing Jacob's point. Christopher was the name Mr. Chandler and Barb gave to Mama when she was born on February 24th, 1982 in this dimension with this body. That still needs to get to Quickville, fully, safe, and well ASAP. Mama's birth name is on page 1 of her history. You should know that. I know that, but I was messing with the troll who is clearly slandering you by using your male name and not your female name. Good night, Sonichu. Give Mom a big hug for me. She needs giant hugs. You have lost kneecap privileges. Then Chris just tweets, resonance? Okay. Not sure what this is measuring. This looks like some sort of new Transformers toy. And Chris says, cool, gotta get one of those. Mama has the Generation 1 original Grease Pit and Micromaster set, along with the other 3 in that line that came out then. Although parts forming comes to mind at this point. Because, you know, Sonichu definitely knows a lot about Transformers toys. That's something he's, you know, interested in. I'm gonna force you to look at this because I have to look at it. I can help myself. It's probably supposed to be I can't help myself. I can help myself that I love hugs so much. All more to be sweet and innocent to a certain someone. If not the most heavenly goddess, I need to chase something. I'm lonely and short a few million sales of hugs. For the rest of the single ladies, I have some CDC orders to defy and the cargo ship of hugs that hasn't been unloaded. The boy is feeling naughty. This bull is strong and hard to ride. I doubt anyone can handle this ride. Too much man in pink. Girls were checking me out today. Who's taking these pictures? And then Chris, glorious Chris, says, stop with the sex obsession already. Seriously, please chill out. And it just keeps getting more insane with Jacob here. Chris, you have a son. A free ironed I have in Sunnyvale just visited a woman who confessed to having your son to him. They live in San Jose, California. The child looks like you. He's 10 years old later this year. I got contacted via text that Mia Hamm is in San Jose under another name with a 10-year-old. He bought time with her and paid $500. Her price has gone up significantly since Chris Chan. The fame has gotten her money. That's the, this is the prostitute that Chris lost his virginity to the one time he had sex. If they are still in San Jose, I intend to meet them somehow, but they still might move on before life returns to normal. This all came by total surprise. Ben paid them well. So, they will do well over this month. I'll see if Ben can get more info. I'm going to bed. Jake, you can shut up on all this right now. The facts are obvious and against your claims. Firstly, Mama Chris-chan did indeed only have 2 instances of sexual intercourse in the span of 1 week in the same month, April 2012. That was with the kind woman who was traveling who went by the surname Mia. Second, a while back, months to over a year ago, a young adult male who was Mama's son, literally from the future, came to personally visit and meet her. That was the one video of him with a mask and white ensemble outfit with the word of prophecy and warning. Chris is like, Jacob, stop being crazy with your dumb claim that I got that prostitute pregnant 8 years ago. You should obviously just look at the evidence of that guy who came from the future in the Joker mask in the doctor's outfit. Clearly, that's way more factual and possible. Third, Mia was on birth control of her own volition. That information was not directly revealed, but it was obvious. Also, Mama wore a condom. Couldn't get through that sentence. Mama wore a condom both times, so the chances of Mia getting knocked up at that time are very slim. But possible and highly slim. And lastly, given a 9-month period to even make the conception from around the intercourse would mark any birth from Mama's essence to be around January 2013, and the child would be more than 7 years old today, and no more. Therefore, all of your information is false, and, once again, you can shut up about this bull. End of discussion. Imagine being Jacob and just getting fundamental facts about that kind of stuff wrong when you're trying to gaslight Chris. It's not hard. Okay, so Chris is now tweeting about Star versus the Forces of Evil. And I've been wondering about when he might get around to watching the show. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I tweeted about the show a lot while it was airing, and it did in fact end with a dimensional merge of sorts. And of course, that's what Chris is taking from the whole experience. Just to comment, Rosie and I being Sonichu, Rosie and I have just finished binging the series of Star vs. the Forces of Evil on Disney+. It was very satisfying. There's a lovely depiction of something like the dimensional merge in it. I loved the ship between Star and Marco and how it ended. That's actually the worst part of the show. Marco should have been with Jackie, just saying. Basically, the show ends with a magical dimension and normal Earth merging, and they become like one planet where there's kind of magic and kind of normal stuff, and that's basically what Chris is hoping the dimensional merge will be. So it's very applicable. Happy Independence Day 2020, and it's fireworks, haha. Okay, this account owner limits who can view their tweets, judging by the fact that it says that Chris is responding to Dylan Thomas. Yeah, I'm going to assume that Dylan's Twitter is blocked, which is kind of weird. Basically, the only thing you need to know from this is that Chris doesn't like Dylan. He says, that's another chip on my shoulder against you, because he believes that Dylan chronicled someone named Omelette, which I guess is a villain, and so by chronicling her, he created her, and so he created more villains, I don't know. Jacob. Chris, letting you know the portal on my end is closed. I retired from magic until the fake-ademic ends. I can't reopen it until my mind is somehow healed. Nothing I have here can heal my mind and soul. All my light is gone right now. Okay, so Jacob Sockness doesn't believe in Corona. That's nice. I'm glad that we learned that. Jacob, you have done very well on your end. You do need to seek help. There's a website I can recommend, goodrx.com, to get your help through the internet for the time being. And then Based Helena says, yeah, he needs to get help. Miss Sarcastic has drawn both Sonichu and Dylan Thomas. I sorta liked how the drawing turned out, let me know what you guys think. And it's Sonichu saying, believe in the merge, you normie, and Dylan saying, no, because he's a normal person. And Chris says, simple, effective, and to the point, I like it. Apparently, he doesn't realize that this is clearly depicting Dylan as, like, the good guy. Like, I'm assuming whoever this person is, they're a fan of Dylan, seeing as if they've made their profile picture this picture of Dylan that they've drawn. But Chris sees this as an insult against Dylan, because Sonichi's calling him a normie, and he's refusing to believe. He just totally misses the point. This is one of Chris's White Knights, a Sonichu Reborn project. Christine, it's clearly mocking you. Why are you praising the mockings and turning down the people who try to help you? And here we go back to the doxing saga. So remember, Chris wanted to list the backtalkers who have been speaking bad of Chris. And he had this whole big list. That was back in mid-June. Well, it's now July 7th, at least when he tweeted this. Been delayed due to the events of being linked to them, but here are the list for even more of the backtalkers. So these are literally just people in his comments who say bad things about him. It's not so much him doxing as it is him making a hit list. Like, him telling his real fans that these are fake fans and to go after them. Yeah, I didn't notice anyone of note in there. So, do what you will with this dox bunch. Okay, so that could be interpreted as him saying that you should dox these people, or he thinks that just stating their Twitter handle is doxing them, which it's not really, because they're clearly just people who follow him. Sonichu Reborn! Wait, why am I on the list? I've never insulted you. I've only got constructive criticism to help you improve. Nice. Yeah, don't white knight for Chris. It'll always turn back on him. Ooh, Proto Man. This is Milk and Cookies, the writer of that the evidence document about the dimensional merge, hitting us up with the facts. Backtalk means rude or cheeky remarks made in reply to someone in authority, meaning that Chris thinks that he is an authority, which, you know, we know he isn't, but he thinks he is. I don't know if Chris is gonna, like, go after these people with his magical powers once the merge happens. This is his hit list. It's sad that all these people are, like, on Chris's annoyance list, but he still is talking to Jacob. That really needs to change. And finally, this person is giving away some crystal stuff, because Chris believes in crazy crystal things. We've got a lovely assortment of crystals and gems here. There is lots of magic and genuine power here. Oh man, that was an ugly laugh. Oh man, this one looks like a... I'm not even gonna say it. Coming right out of Sonichu's eye. Oh man. There are no updates on his YouTube channel. And that is that for this week. Depending on the amount of news going forward, I might do this weekly, might do this bi-weekly. I am almost done with Sonichu. When this goes up, there should be 2 episodes left. After those 2 episodes are up, there's going to be 1 mega video that covers every single issue. And then I will finally be able to put more effort into other Absurds projects. Thank you for watching. You can follow me on Twitter at GiBi_Devin. And you can join my Discord, it's linked below. You can donate to me on Patreon. That money goes towards helping the channel, like maybe me being able to live stream again soon. That would be cool. I hope everyone out there is staying safe from the pandemic, and I hope that I can do my small part in keeping you entertained with all of this Chris nonsense. Remember, if my second channel gets to 1,000 subscribers, I will be releasing the extremely embarrassing video of Joe Biden turning my phone into a camera instead of taking a picture. So if you want to see him making a fool of himself, just get me like 400 more subs there, and then we can all be happy.